From Ashland, Oregon, home of William Shakespeare and progressive politics, and broadcasting live from the Southern Oregon University Digital Media Center and the RVTV studio, it's the So Not So Late Night Glamour Dave show, and recorded before a non-existent studio audience with a skeletal crew of certified public access producers. You can expect to see tonight's guests, whoever they may be, the Glamour Dave Comedy Players, and the Rogue Valley Public Access Orchestra. Now, here's your host, David Glamour Dave Nienow.
Hey there, Road Valley. Welcome to another live edition of the So Not So Late Night Glamour Dave show. I'm your host, David Glamour Dave Nienow, and we are here to have another fun-filled hour of lowbrow public access comedy at its best, which, by the way, has been recognized by the Global India International Film Festival as Best Entertainment Show, making this an international award-winning talk show, the only one available in the Road Valley. So we are lucky tonight to have as my guest sidekick of the evening, Marianne Graham, who has previously been on the show as musical guest, and she's also been involved in this year's edition of the RVTV Christmas special, which I'm producing. And then I also have as my special guest for this half hour, a friend of mine, local actor and film director, Michael Meyers. So let's get the show going. And there's Michael, and there's Marianne. All righty. Well, welcome, Michael, to the show. Your first time on the show.
Yes.
Welcome, the beautiful Marianne,
Thank you.
for my guest sidekick.
I was really, really impressed that you had your own psychic, and she's already made a prediction. She said that I was going to expose myself on your show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know you got a hard of hearing issue, Michael. She's a sidekick, not a psychic.
Hey, a prediction's a prediction.
Oh man, I knew this was going to be fun once I got you booked.
Oh.
So Michael, you and I have been I've got to know you in the last couple of years as I got involved here, and then also.
And I want to apologize for that.
Yeah, and with Cafe Girl, and we've worked together on various Cafe Girl production stuff, and I know that you're a longtime actor in our area, and you're also doing like the film directing stuff, and so I thought we would talk a bit about the latest projects that you've been working on.
Well, I got a couple in mind. One that I'm not working on, but it's something that I'm really, really promoting just because I think it's amazing. I'll start with what I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a reading of War of the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
For a collaborative theater project.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be my first time working with them, and it's directed by Daniel Stevens, who I've known for years. And so I'm really looking forward to that opportunity.
Okay, cool. And with any luck, your reading won't result in any mass hysteria or
Only on my part, when I blow a line, but hopefully I'll do okay. I got the script right in front of me, so
yeah.
Screw that.
Well, that'd be fun. That's a classic of American sci-fi, and it certainly has had its impact on our culture.
And I'm going to be playing one of the aliens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Which one?
Like in Mars Attacks. That's one of my lines.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to give you the full emotional subtext of that line. But,
yeah.
Save that for the show.
Definitely save that for the show and the audience.
Right.
So yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So outside of that, what else is going on?
Well, I kind of been on the periphery of this project that Leah my girlfriend is working on the co-producer and founder of Cafe Girls,
Yes.
and she mentioned that.
Yes.
She's doing this performance of adaptation of Peter Pan called Neverland
Okay.
out in the Applegate Valley at Longsword Winery, and it's playing for weekends the rest of this month. I saw it the other night. It was amazing. It's environmental. The audience travels throughout the property with the cast to go to the various locations in Neverland. And when I saw it the other night, it was also accompanied by that amazing thunderstorm.
Yeah, that's right.
And Captain Hook was up there doing what Captain Hook does, and the thunderclaps are coming in at just the right moment, just to punctuate everything he said. I don't know if they'll be able to do that for every single
I don't think they'll
performance.
do that every performance, but that had to have been cool.
It was so cool.
Yeah, well, that's a good way to
But,
kind of start that. Yeah.
It's a great show, and I really think people need to be aware of that, and it's worth the drive out to the Applegate.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a really cool, unique kind of a theatrical experience for the Valley.
Yeah.
To take in. So
I think it is. It's definitely a very creative take on the it's a favorite old story of mine, and I just loved it. I can't say enough about it.
yeah, awesome.
I'm going to shut up now.
Well, you and I have worked on we worked on the Doctor Who fan series that Cafe Girls.
Well, you've worked on those more than I have. I've been directing, and Leah is deep in post-production for Natan Laura Part 2,
Right.
that we're going to be releasing in October. I can't remember the exact date, but like around the 12th or something.
Right, and that's Natan Laura and How They Met.
Correct.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you for correcting me on my own show.
Well,
That was his pleasure.
as producer and show host, I have to pay attention to those kinds of little details.
That was brilliant. That was
wow,
absolutely.
thank
You should have been smoking that pipe when you did that. It would have made you look intelligent.
Well, let's see. No. Does it have that effect right now?
No.
No? Okay, Marianne. Thank you.
I had my hopes.
Well, that's a ripoff from Craig Ferguson. So whenever he had like a psychological moment with a guest, then he had his pipe, you see.
What, do you analyze people on here?
Yeah, well, it's just in the event that something goes
Do you have
that
like
way.
a little couch or something? We lay out here and tell you all our problems. You solve it for us?
Actually, no.
Because there's a thing I've been needing to talk to somebody about.
The couch is actually in the Creative Commons room.
I
down
have
the
this
hall.
thing on your what?
In the Creative Commons room down the hall for us producers to edit their stuff with.
Okay.
So it's locked. So the couches are locked up. So,
Only for special occasions.
only for special. That's right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And then in addition to the Natan Laura, there's Explore with Ashley Lee.
Which is related to the whole thing. Ashley Lee is a character in Natan Laura.
Right.
But we're doing this as a kind of. I think of it as the cartoon before the movie. Is that making me sound
Yeah,
old?
okay, yeah.
That makes me sound really old, doesn't it?
Well, it makes me old as well because I remember that.
I don't remember a thing.
Yeah, well. So the Ashley Lee web series, now that's kind of come to, are there any new episodes planned that are going to be coming out soon, or things are kind of?
No, I think she's got one, but our actress who plays Ashley is in the National Guard, and she will be going to South Africa.
Yeah, she's like going to be overseas for
here
a
this
while.
fall, and I'm kind of envious. I've always wanted to go to Africa, but man, so I'm not sure exactly what the status on that is.
Yeah, so that kind of has definitely an effect on production planning issues.
Yeah.
When the star of the show is in the
If
military.
now you and I were talking about grants earlier, but I'm looking into actually getting something so we can take the cameras to South Africa and do a few episodes there.
Oh, well, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, if you
Cool if I
if you
won
can
the
pull that
lottery,
off,
too.
you've got to volunteer here to be part of the crew for that trip. So,
Cool.
Which?
yeah,
Well,
if
I'm
you-
volunteering.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
Are you
Okay.
volunteering?
I'm volunteering.
Okay.
So,
All right,
Alright.
2 volunteers.
yeah. And if you need original musical scoring for that, Marianne's the job for
We'll
that.
kill
She
2
can-
birds with one stone.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
Yeah. So
Why do I want to kill 2 birds?
Well, it's a symbolic
It's
representation of the success.
What is
Thank
that, like
you,
a
thank you.
sacrifice or
Yeah,
something?
actually, yeah.
Okay, okay. Wow.
You had no idea we were coming on that you would get into that kind of a discussion on the show, did you?
No, this is part of that psychological evaluation you were talking about.
It's a
obviously.
secret thing, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, all right.
The
Watch what I
lowbrow
say
approach
from here on.
to public access
I'm being
comedy.
analyzed.
Okay, you're in the hot seat. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think here. What else? You've done a lot of acting work here in the Valley,
Yeah.
right? And you've done you've been involved in some of the local feature films that have been done here in the Valley.
Yeah, my favorite one is we only shot one scene in the Rogue Valley. The rest of it was up in Bend and areas around there called Besetment. And,
Yes, I've heard of that.
And I've tried to make you sit down and watch it, but no, just too busy.
Well, I am kind of busy, but that involved Marlon Mason.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was been on my show. And,
Okay, yeah.
And Marlon's a wonderful actress.
She played my mom, and it was shot in Mitchell. I had never heard of Mitchell, Oregon, until then, and since then, I kind of, I enjoyed the place so much. It's just this tiny little half-deserted town with falling down buildings on Main Street, one of which I bought for $25. And
Okay.
well, it's the money that I got to pour into it to get it fixed up, But, it'll be worth it. It'll be a great haunted house. And Painted Hills. I shot my very first drone scene in Prineville. It was just a lot of fun, and I'm really, really proud of the work that I'm like so tickled about that movie. I just want people to watch it. Besetment.
And that's kind of like my understanding of the story is kind of a little bit of a horror thriller.
Well, the director calls it a horror movie, but I always think that to be a horror movie, it has to have a supernatural element to it,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
This is just dealing with somebody crazy, and I won't tell you who.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What?
Well, yeah. I know Marlon is reported to be really.
She's a sweetheart.
Yes, in real life, but she has a notorious reputation for taking on the crazy roles, right? So
In real life, yes.
I was actually trying to get her booked for this show tonight, but she's so busy, running around, traveling, doing the Elvis circuit for her.
She was in that Elvis movie. And,
Trouble with Girls.
Trouble with Girls.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that when I first met her. I was reading through a script that she had written. It was for the movie they produced called The Bag, and at the end of it, I saw all these pictures of Elvis and this gorgeous young woman with him in there, and I said, "Who's that in the picture with Elvis?" She said, "That's me." And as we were saying goodbye, we go to hug, and it was one of those awkward, which side are you going on?
Yeah.
I said, oh, hell with it. Mwah. I gave her a big, I have kissed lips that have kissed Elvis.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
1 degree away.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why when I got her on my show a while back, for my mother and I, it was kind of exciting. This is the closest that we ever have gotten to Elvis, you know, himself. So it was kind of neat to be able to have that connection. And she's a wonderful, fun woman and a wonderful actress. So
Well, you know, Elvis is nice and all, but her street cred went up in my eyes when I found out that she worked with Bruce Lee and even took a few lessons from him. I was just like, oh, yeah.
yeah. No, Marlon's had a really interesting life and career.
It's
So
a great career.
yeah. So what time is it, God Mike? Where are we at in the show?
You have 10 minutes remaining.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's God Mike. He keeps me in track. And so we're kind of nearing the end of the interview. So this is where Michael, hey, hello, here. Okay, so this is where we kind of have some options for a little bit of comedy levity. Okay, so we have an opportunity.
I've already given you all my best stuff.
Yeah, well, that's pretty self-evident. So,
Rest of it downhill from here.
So we can have an awkward moment, or we can toot our own horn, and I've got a cheap dollar horn that we play.
Okay.
Or you can try to win the small cash prize
Yes!
of 100 pennies, okay? And all you got to do is correctly answer a trivia question.
Oh, I am a trivia genius.
Okay,
All
well
right.
then,
Let's
Oh,
see it.
here we go.
then we've got 3 categories for
You know,
tonight.
I qualified for Jeopardy.
Okay, well,
Twice.
well, then there's a good chance you'll probably be able to win this small cash prize. So the categories for tonight are sports and leisure, Game of Thrones, or Star Trek.
Well, I'm not a big Trekkie, don't hate me. I'm definitely not a sports fan. Sorry. Let's try Game of Thrones.
Okay, all righty.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we need the theme music now.
Yeah, well, that would cost, and we don't have that kind of a budget.
Right,
A chip for that.
Royalties.
Yeah, so the following question comes to us via...
Brown.
No, not
Am I
yet.
right?
No, not yet, not yet. The following question comes to us via Gmail from the show's ancestral
Red
home
Wedding.
of the Nienow clan in Mapleton, Minnesota. So Crater Lake...
Wait a minute. What does the Nienow clan have to do with Game of Thrones?
Not a damn thing. This is just a setup. Okay? So, Crater Lake is the 5th oldest national park in the United States and the only national
True.
park in Oregon. The lake is 1,949 feet deep at its deepest point, making Crater Lake the deepest lake in the United States and the 9th deepest in the world. So, your question tonight is, for the category of Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones chronicles the violent dynastic struggles among the realm's noble families for control of what?
For control of, well, okay, I know it's not Crater Lake. I have no idea why you let in with Crater Lake
Because
on
it's
this.
a distraction. It's part of the comedy.
Oh,
Does he
I
get
see.
multiple choice or something?
No, there's only one
okay.
answer. Only one answer.
Westeros.
No, that's where everything takes place. This is
But they're trying to control Westeros. Well, the Iron Throne.
that's the answer. That's the answer we're looking for. The Iron Throne.
I'll be here all week, folks.
Well, this only happens on selected Friday nights.
Give me
so.
my $1.
There you
Yeah.
go, sir.
Yes!
Okay.
Don't spend it all in one place.
That's right. Yeah. Well, you know, if you do a serious search of the pennies, you know, you might find something of, you might find a good penny there.
Woo! Ow!
Don't hurt yourself.
No.
You know, we don't have any
We're learning
insurance.
more
I
about
just
you.
wanted to be showered in money for once in my life.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay, God, Mike, now where are we at here? Yes,
Dave,
yes, God, Mike. What's the time?
you have about 7 minutes remaining.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, this would be a good time then to bring up my message to Ellen. So can you bring up the message to Ellen graphic? Get that up here on the monitor.
Message to Ellen?
Yeah, that's right. Right there. Message to Ellen.
Ellen.
Yeah, that's right. My message to Ellen DeGeneres. This replaces my message to Garth that I used to do regularly on the show. And I did that to get his attention. It never worked. So I'm trying to see if I can't get the attention of Ellen to get her on the show, at least in a Skype interview form. So
Okay.
I will. So
Ellen, my old friend, you heard this. I'm putting in a good word for Dave right now.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Trust me, I've never steered you wrong before. So that's the truth.
Yeah, that's right. So Ellen, my message to you tonight is in regards to the actress Deborah Messing. She was on your show a while back complaining about her dating problems. And I actually, at that time, I sent a selfie video introducing myself to you and my show. And I offered the opportunity to give Deborah a date if she made it here to the Road Valley. And after the date, she could come on the show and she could talk about her experience in having a date with me. I never heard back from you, and I'm kind of hurt that I never heard back after sending that wonderful selfie video that I sent to you. So now I'm using this opportunity to remind you of this opportunity. And so, check your records of the submissions, and because I'm quite sure that probably you got quite a few submissions of people wanting to date Deborah Messing.
Yeah, he's right here. He's talking about you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. So,
why are you
make a
laughing?
clip of this, send it to your Twitter,
I'm
and
getting
hopefully
nothing
get
but
your
laughing
attention.
on this. Ellen,
This is serious.
take it seriously.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta go.
Thank you, Michael, for the great help there in
what I
communicating
can.
to Ellen. Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I need all the help and support I can get. So, all righty. So this is my message to you, Ellen, and expect a clip of this link to your Twitter here soon. So, So that's it for this message to Ellen. So,
Trying to get a date with
5
Deborah.
minutes remaining.
well, okay, wow, okay, well. Oh, so since we kind of seems to have talked out you, Michael, let's check in with my sidekick, Mary Ann here.
Yes.
What's going on, Mary Ann?
What's my fortune?
Well,
I mean, we got you involved. I got you involved in the Christmas special.
yes, he did. I play guitar and sing and write my own music. So it was
Yeah.
very kind of Dave to have me on the Christmas show, and I really enjoyed doing that. That was fun. So I hope you'll tune into that. I'm assuming it's around Christmas time.
Yeah, the plan is
the
for
date.
me to post-edit it and get it to the studio by Thanksgiving, so it will be broadcast through the holiday season.
So it plays more than one time.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be repeats.
Yeah, and on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, if the studio does what it did last year, it will run continuously nonstop through Christmas.
Like the
because-
Yuletide fire log.
That's
thing?
right, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they did that. They did that with my Christmas special last year, and I had no
Awesome.
idea that they were going to do that. And then I woke up Christmas.
Well, this year they're going to combine them. They're just going to throw your work on the fire
yeah,
for the whole time.
yeah. So I would expect that they would probably do a similar thing. Run both Christmas specials back to back and make it nonstop. But we'll see.
Well, that's cool. I can have my family watch it.
That's
and
right. Yeah,
record it.
yeah.
Hopefully,
They won't,
Deborah
and they have no
Messing is
excuses. They
watching.
won't be able
Yeah.
to miss it.
Yeah, so it's like, we actually have one more production day coming up at the end of October for the Christmas special. I got some more entertainment to get recorded. And then,
But what does that have to do with me?
well, not a damn
Would
thing.
you like to come sing in his Christmas special?
Unless you got a good Christmas story that you could read, I mean, we could, we've got. I already had one producer already do the reading for "Twas the Night Before Christmas," so you can't do that. But we could maybe find a story for you to come in and do a reading of.
You can write an original.
Okay.
Yeah, if you, yeah,
No
you're good
pressure.
yeah, you could always write an original Christmas story and make that part of the special.
Yeah, writing. Well, I suppose I could, but it's. I'll just read something somebody else wrote.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll work that out. We can get you involved and make it part of the special. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. I don't know
No
what I just
pressure.
walked into,
You
but
Well,
sounds
that's-
like I've got
He's been
my
hired.
holidays lined up now.
Yeah, well, this, things here at the studio are a very free-flowing kind of a thing, and opportunities can just come out of the blue just like that. And all you gotta do is just stick around and know the right people, and next thing you know, you're doing something.
Well, that's what Ellen said. So.
Oh, where are we at now, God Mike?
You have 2 minutes, sir.
Oh, wow, that's actually, so that means we get down to actually about another minute, and then they do the outro, and we...
You know, if it was me out there, you'd be calling it God Michael.
Yeah, well...
You have 2 minutes. Then we roll the credits.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. Jeez, I don't know what to do with myself for 2 more minutes.
Ring the bell for more noise.
Yeah?
There you go.
Yeah, that was gifted to me by my Gems of the Rogue Valley co-host, Cassandra Watts. So she's been on the show a few times, and she's also served in the role of guest sidekick.
We shot a few Natan Laura scenes at her house.
That's right, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
She serves as my TV wife, because we've done so much TV work together.
Oh,
Right, so
Okay.
I call her my TV wife.
Okay,
So,
that's
yeah.
interesting. Maybe that's too much information. Are you allowed to have a TV wife and a non-TV wife?
Yeah.
Is that legal in Oregon? Sorry.
Yeah, so, well, it looks like we're down to like 1 minute left. I'm getting the signal from the floor director. All righty. Well, I very much thank you, Michael, for coming on and being part of the show.
that's God Michael to you.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm happy to finally get you on, and this will not be the last time that you're on. So
Really? I didn't blow it today?
No, you did not. You did
No, you
great.
get to do the Christmas special too.
Yeah. So Road Valley, we're coming to the end of this first segment. We'll be back in about 3 minutes or so, and for our next guest. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It was nice meeting.
Oh, awkward moment.
Yeah.